time. Close enough. Yeah. Bet. No, I'm saying like we're finally here. This shit is.
Oh, holy shit!
It's just like
yes,
just
like
like
this has been like a year in the making.
Oh my god, people don't know how long we've been talking about this.
For lack of better terms, and for all intents and purposes, hello, my name is Jordan D with Cafeteria Media here at Walnut Hill Park in New Britain, Connecticut, with the fabulous, the magical, the ever-talented Angel Loor. So, how we doing, guys?
Howdy.
How are we?
How are we
today?
doing?
How are we doing today?
Peaceful.
That's-
Peaceful.
oh,
This
that's
shit.
beautiful to hear.
This feels peaceful right now too.
Hell
like
yeah.
this backdrop and
Like,
everything.
just look at that shit,
These
bro.
couple of days have been nice.
I
The
definitely
weather
believe it.
has been really nice. Shit,
I
we're not trying to talk
definitely
about the weather, but
Start off strong.
start off
The
real
weather.
strong.
The weather.
Nah, but peaceful. I don't know.
Amazing.
Things are just clicking in.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, we were briefly talking about it, how at least we both seem to feel like the universe is kind of opening up to us a little bit more,
Absolutely.
which is like amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there you go. Which is like amazing. I'm definitely feeling it myself, but you know, we've both been through some harder times, and you know, it seems like we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and we're really focusing on ourselves and all that kind of
Absolutely.
stuff. So
Absolutely.
it's great.
Yeah, it's a weird thing when you realize that like pain is a part of all this stuff.
It is.
You know what
it's
I mean?
a part of the process.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's just yeah, I think it's been my first time kind of accepting that, like fully kind of accepting that, and it's also opened up a lot of things
Mm.
in my past stuff, of a lot of pain from my past stuff that I've just kind of like blocked off and rejected, because I feel like once you open that gate, once that thing opens of like you accepting that pain, you accepting this pain, you accepting that pain,
Yeah.
it just kind of like it veers off into everything else.
It does. Once the floodgates kind of open, all of the water kind of rushes in. You know,
Absolutely.
it's because everything is really connected, and well, you don't have to get scientific with it, but like the pain centers or like where you hold pain is a very big place, and it's easy to cut it off. But once, like you said, it opens, it can all kind of rush in.
Absolutely.
So, but
Yeah.
if you're healthy, if you feel good, and if you're ready for it, you can process it, and that's an
Exactly.
amazing thing to do.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I think once you really think about it, it's not as like complicated as you would think it is, or as it feels.
Mm.
I think once you're past feeling, I can't even. It's even hard to explain how simple it is, because I don't want to seem dismissive about it.
And that's the bigger thing. But okay, so how about this? If I could, like, for me at least, the thing that's helped is me focusing on myself and my center, my universe, my world, my reality that I
Yep.
kind of inhabit. I feel like to some extent, and this actually is a fact of artists in general, we focus so much on the other's eye, like the consumer's eye, or the onlooker's eye, or whatever. If you're a visual artist, if you're a music artist, the listener's eye, and we don't really focus on our own vision. And sometimes a lot of it can get lost within the sauce of trying to appease the other.
Exactly.
So, but
Very much so. I feel like I've been seeing like little spurts of like and read up on. I just started reading Rick Rubin's book,
the creative thought or the creative act,
The Creative Act.
fantastic fucking book.
Amazing
Fantastic
fucking book. But just one of the biggest things that it taught me was that the way marketing works nowadays, and the way a lot of artists are handling their shit is just so not the right way.
No.
You gotta start making stuff that you like first, that you
Exactly.
trust and that you personally like.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about the consumer, you're thinking about who's gonna listen to it, what they're gonna like, you're opening the gate to like a lot of
It's like excess stuff that
excess
doesn't need to
stuff.
be there.
You know what I mean?
It's like fat on top of the fucking
Something
the actual muscle of the meat.
exactly.
you
So
know?
it's just
Or frosting on the cake.
yes,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Frosting on the cake.
I feel like once you realize that those things, I feel like once you realize that people aren't gonna really connect with your stuff if you yourself aren't connected to it.
That's beautifully said, actually.
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you yourself aren't connected to it.
If you don't
Mm.
feel connected to what you're making, people are not gonna people are gonna feel that.
Mm?
People can feel that kind of stuff, and it's I don't know, it's really unfortunate, especially with like the way even marketing works nowadays with artists, where you're teasing this thing and you're like teasing like a bunch of different songs on like TikTok, Reels, Instagram, and you're kind of like waiting for a reaction and see what sticks to them.
Oh, and then you kind of go
just
in that
release your
vein.
shit. Just
Exactly,
just
dude.
release what you want to
Yeah.
release. Exactly.
And it's a very strange uphill battle that doesn't need to be uphill at all.
Yeah.
You know, you're fighting for no reason type thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's also just the thing of like, constant gratification that all
Yep.
these apps
Yep,
give
yep,
you.
yep.
And like instant gratification is good in some ways, but
Mhm.
not in a digital sense. And
I don't
I
think so
feel
either.
like things take time to like soak over people. You know, there's a
Mhm.
lot of I don't know art pieces. I don't know, fucking Van Gogh was not liked while he was alive.
Yeah, a lot of people are post
Exactly.
when they die. I forget it's post like humus or something like that. I forget what it's called.
Posthumous.
Yeah, something
Not
like that.
humorous.
Not humorous. It ain't humorous.
That shit ain't funny.
No, exactly. But it's true. A lot of people really aren't appreciated in full until they die or until like, and that's a very sad fact sometimes.
It is.
You know?
But even just like in a less sadder example, just
Mm.
like there's albums that people will release that won't like be perceived or accepted in the way that it's supposed to for like years. You know
It's
what I mean?
true. It's true.
And that's what I feel like sometimes that's what real art is. You might listen to something and be like, that shit is so ass. This
But it could be like the
sucks."
next fucking thing that comes
in
out.
a couple
or,
of years
yeah,
you
exactly.
might fucking like it.
What's like the
novel?
avant-garde? You know, you could be the next
Yeah,
avant-garde
I'm trying to
artist.
think of an example, man, but I'm like losing.
To some extent, I would say what you were talking about earlier, or who you were saying earlier, was Tyler the Creator. Like a lot of people didn't fucking see his genius.
Oh yeah, man.
A lot of people didn't see his genius until he released pretty much Flower Boy, and then like
Or like
everybody was
Goblin.
on his butt.
Goblin.
Yeah.
Goblin was fucking whacked on for so long.
Yeah,
Not
no,
whacked
seriously.
on, and that shit was. I thought that it was not good at all.
Yeah.
And now he talked about this not recently, but I saw a video on someone recently where
Sure.
there's kind of like a mini subgenre that people are making cherry bomb-esque kind of music.
What do you mean by that? Like, can you explain a little bit?
Like there's like a genre that has a sound that's inspired just simply by cherry bomb.
I just want to make sure I can still hear you.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
Good?
Okay.
We
No, you're
good?
good. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, there's like
Because Cherry Bomb was like, I remember reading somewhere or seeing somewhere that Tyler focused so much on the instrumentals of Cherry Bomb, like just put so much fucking work.
yeah, the lyrics and the vocals kind of took a back seat.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
And that was cool.
Yeah.
I like Tyler when he's at his best
I feel you.
lyrically.
I feel you. Same. For
Call
me,
If
I'm
You Get
more
Lost.
fucking beautiful album.
I was telling you I was blasting that shit.
Yeah,
on
no,
the
seriously, dude,
radio.
seriously, yeah, beautiful album.
Yeah.
That Igor Flower Boy. Flower Boy is when I really hopped on the Tyler train, but even that is a fact. Even that is another like tick on the thing that we're talking about currently, where it's like some people don't get appreciated until later.
I can't even remember when I got into Tyler.
Mm.
I wasn't born here.
Mm.
I wasn't aware of Tyler till I was. I don't know. I remember when I first moved here from Madrid.
Mhm.
My first ever exposure to music and what got me really into music was 21 Pilots.
That's fucking fantastic.
Which was
That's fucking fantastic.
it's silly when you look back on it because they're shitting on a lot, but they really have played with concepts and stories
Mhm.
in a more grandeur way that
I fuck with it.
most artists don't nowadays.
And that's one of the bigger things that I like when it comes to music and artists is like the actual story that you're telling. Like you could talk about all this shit that you have or all the shit that you want or all the shit that you want to do. But bro, like if you tell me where you're from, if you tell me what you're going through.
If you tell me what you're going through, I don't
Yeah.
know. He just has Tyler Joseph, the guy like the lead singer behind it. He just has this whole amazing fucking mind and story that's just getting wrapped up now with the release of his last album. But anytime I would look up Tyler Joseph, I would look up Tyler, and before Joseph and a couple other people would pop up, I would see Tyler, the Creator, and I would never like click on it.
Yeah, sure.
I would just be like, no, I don't know, but it'd be like I think that's my first exposure to Tyler, just his name.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I had to be like in high school.
Do you remember like one of the first songs, like the first album that you really kind
Fuck.
of dived into?
Quite honestly, it was probably Igor.
That's a good one. It's
It was
a really good one to jump into.
Probably Igor.
Yeah. And then did you just do like a whole backtrack of like, you know?
I've never even gotten into Tyler as much as I wish I could. I don't know. I listened to Flower Boy, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I've listened to Wolf
Mm-hmm.
because I have it on CD.
Yeah. What if I could ask, not because we want to like this isn't about Tyler. This is really about you. This is really about you. But like, what about Tyler do you see in yourself, or what about the artist that you like do you see in yourself that you really want to like bring out?
Oh my God.
Because you're releasing a new song,
Yeah.
you know, and new music in general, you know, and if you have the fortunate gift to be able to see, you know, Angel here live, you know, you played some really good fucking shit. Definitely go see. But
nice feeling out there.
Oh,
in
dude.
space, bro.
Oh,
We'll get into that. But
yeah, no, totally.
Um,
But yeah,
but Tyler,
you know, or just in general, artists that kind of like you resonate with and like
Yeah.
the vision that you know. They can
Tyler's
bring.
just mainly like the confidence, man.
I fuck with that.
I don't feel like I there's just this confidence that he projects in everything he does, where he does have that mentality of like, fuck it, I'm gonna just do things and
Mhm.
see if they stick, and if they don't, they don't. That's fine.
Yeah.
But at least he did them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
You check the
Um,
box. You know?
I don't know. It's just never felt like he's done something that he didn't want to do.
Yeah.
And just the projecting of his real personality coming onto projects and everything. That's something that I really want to strive for, because it sometimes, at least with a lot of my past stuff, sometimes it does feel like I've felt this kind of blockage between like my artistry and then who you see me as a person.
Can you explain that a little bit? If you don't mind.
Yeah, of course. Like, let me think.
Because there is a separation sometimes between art and artists, and it can be a very healthy thing, can also be a very unhealthy thing.
Right. I feel like I'm trying to think of like a good example. I think like Sidewalk might be a good example, but not in an entire sense. I feel like Sidewalk is just a good example of like a manifestation of like my frustrations and angry feelings and like that teenage angst kind of thing. And I very much connect with all of that, but I'm a lot more than just that. You know what I mean?
No person is one dimensional.
Exactly.
You know?
And there's like, you know, I also feel like I'm a goofy guy.
Yeah.
A lot of the times I feel like I am someone that, you know, I'm an outspoken, loud person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I feel like that hasn't fully projected into my music all of the time.
How would you want? Okay, so let's say Pie in the Sky. How would you want that to project into your music? Like, would you? I'm not saying you make like Wiggles shit. But, like, you
That'd be
know,
dope.
It would actually be kind of cool. It would actually be kind of cool.
Wiggles. I fuck with the Wiggles.
Same here. I don't want to get into it because that's gonna be a tangent.
Oh
but,
my God,
I've
yeah.
seen their concerts. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's
the adults that get trashed.
Did you
and
see
fucking
what-
just go
Okay,
off
last
on
comment. Did you see when they brought out Dave Grohl?
I did not know.
Oh
Really?
my God,
Oh,
so funny.
dude,
So
I'm
fucking
sure
funny.
it would fucking be great. But yeah, but like, how would you want to bring that like more like joy, laughter?
I just think
humor?
sometimes I need to not take it so seriously, the art of creating. I think that's some of my biggest things. It's good to take it seriously. It's good to like sit down and kind of really dig deep and like go down and know as much as you can, but sometimes it's just good to make things and you can have fun and just make them goofy at some parts, you know. You don't have to be scared to be like goofy, basically.
No, of course not. This is
or corny.
half my job with fucking Cafeteria and shit. But if I could do like a little tangent anecdote, it's like that was when I really blew up on Cafeteria, was when I decided to, you know, be my authentic, goofy, nerdy self and not just trying to be like this deep, kind of faux, like journalistic. Not that Anthony Bourdain is like one of my biggest fucking idols, you know, and rest in peace, but like, you know,
For real.
trying to be myself compared to trying to be a copy of someone else.
Yeah.
And that's when the universe in a grand way kind of was like, yeah, no, we're just gonna that sends. And it's like what you said earlier, where it's like people can see yourself in it, and for whatever reason it connects deeper than just like having just like whatever or like whatever message, you know. So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I want you to talk about your newest song. I was listening to it in the car on the way over here. I listened to it a little bit earlier as well. I was talking about, before we started, I was talking about how it feels like there was a lot of emotion, and I'm trying to come up with a better word, but like it's almost like a lot of pain, but it feels like it's like you can't scream loud enough type thing, but you don't even want to scream at all. Like it just won't come out type thing. I don't know. That's what I felt personally when I listened to
Like
the
it's
song.
almost like brewing there. It's like trying
right
to,
below
but
the
it's like,
surface, and you don't exactly know how to just.
you know, I feel that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's
Yeah.
really good. Listen to the song first.
Sure.
I want to
totally.
listen to it. I want to get
Totally.
in the headspace of the song real
Yeah,
quick.
I'll pop it off.
Mother isn't talking. She lies away in bed. The cigarettes I'm smoking will never lay me to rest. And I would never hurt you or turn away. Just wish you weren't alone on your birthday. Mother is talking, but she likes to lie some. And everything about you is such a lie. And I would never hurt you, but you make me cry. 'Cause everything about you is a lie. And I'll try. Never forget everything that I said. Don't tell me no, don't tell me to forget. Hope you'll hold me down. Run me into the ground. Now was half asleep. Why'd you come to?
Do you want me to talk about how I feel?
Yeah, yeah,
You want
absolutely.
me to do a little therapy
Absolutely.
session? I don't know. The word that comes to mind is like, well, the image or visual, if I could paint it, would be a person kind of on their knees, like holding their chest, like screaming up to the sky, trying to express some type of emotion, but an emotion that they have either repressed for a very long time and aren't familiar with, so don't exactly know how to get it out, or an emotion that, you know, is new, and for the same reason they can't just express it or get it out. So they're just kind of stuck in this almost stasis of just experiencing it like a loop,
Like a little loop.
like a little loop, and it's
I
just
see
like
that.
I just want to get it out of me, and like I can't. Also, the line that you the line about cigarettes effectively not being able to take you was like really beautiful as well. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah?
Yeah, right in the beginning was one of my favorites. Really
Yeah.
poetic. So,
Yeah, man.
But tell me about it. Talk to me about it.
Mother, it's definitely been. It's very there's not a lot of songs, at least on my catalog, where I can look at it and feel it as a snapshot of
Interesting.
of my life or where I was at, or but once you have a song like that, a song that you can kind of really pinpoint what started happening before, after, and during, it's like a really gorgeous thing. And I think Mother's one of the first songs that's been able to do that for me. I remember writing it too. The story it's has been, I think, when I think about it, I think it's definitely been my so far most personal and direct song that's about me that I've written. Or about kind of the story of myself and everything. I was born in Madrid.
Yeah.
We've talked about this a bunch of times. We're
Not a lot of
homies.
people know about it though.
It's crazy. Not a lot of
Yeah,
people
not
know
a lot of
about it.
people know
Yeah,
about it.
I'm not from the States. I wasn't raised there. I was raised in Madrid, in a beautiful culture, which is so much lifestyle, you know. And my mom and I had to move here for economic reasons. You know, things were not doing as well over there, and things seemed to be doing a lot better over here at the time. So we came over here. But with that came leaving my cousins who I grew up with, my aunts who I also grew up with, and it was just me and my mom here with like a extended family that I just never knew. And so the relationship with my mom has always been very nuanced, very complicated. You know, there's just so many factors, and there's like a lot of resentment, a lot of guilt, but there's also like I think the biggest emotion that I think even makes the song is shame. I think it's complicated because I think for me at least, shame has definitely been the most complicated emotion. I think shame has been.
It is one of the most deepest rooted emotions.
It's one of the most deepest rooted emotions ever, and it's funny. I good friend Kevin. We all know Kevin.
We all love Kevin.
We all love Kevin. Kevin's the best.
Yeah.
He and I, you know, we've played a bunch of shows together.
Of course.
And he's very informed, especially when it comes to psychology and everything. So we've had numerous car rides when it's just been us talking and uncovering a lot of things about myself. And yeah, it started to seem very obvious about how shame was definitely the biggest driver of a lot of my actions, you know, and had been for a really long time. And once I uncovered that, it's still been such a big uphill battle as to like how to deal with it and how to kind of move through all of that. But the story with how I wrote Mother was I can't even remember, but my mom and I were having this fight. I can't remember what it was about, but the interaction and the way we fight, it's always has been very. At this one, it gets old because it's has always just kind of stayed in the same place where it just hurts so much. You know what I mean? But I remember it was like a day before her birthday. And my mom and I are very alike, but we both tend to say things in the moment that we don't mean at all. And so she strongly like told me that she didn't even want to see me on her birthday.
Christ, dude.
Which was like it wasn't like a big hurt for me, quite honestly. Or at least I didn't think it was. I think it more hurt that I knew that she didn't mean it, and then the next day was her birthday, and we actually didn't see each other at all. And I think throughout the day, I just had that big feeling of shame, giant feeling of shame. And I remember coming home, it was like 12 or 1 in the morning, and I just went to her room, and she was like sleeping. And I was just crying. I was crying, and I told her, I was like, I just want you to know that I love you so much. Like, I genuinely love you so much, and I'm sorry. Like, you know, she was like sleeping. She was like, you know, in my room. You know what I mean? And so, whatever. But I said what I needed to say and everything.
Amazing.
And then I went in my room, and I started playing guitar as I do. And I recorded what I just sent you. The memo.
So that's the demo.
That's the first take and first recording of what Mother is now.
Do you want to play it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Of course, man. Damn.
Yeah.
That's an honor. I appreciate that. Dude, man, I'm like shit. Beautiful story, by the way.
Yeah?
Beautiful story. Thank you for opening up. Very much appreciate it. Honestly, it's an honor.
Absolutely. Yeah, so it was at 2:45 a.m. because I put the time. Mother isn't talking. She lies away in bed. Cigarettes and smoking never lay me to rest. I wish it wasn't easy.
Mother isn't talking. Feels like she's gone away. She's a couple feet away from me, but it feels like she's dead. I can never hurt you, so why would you try? And I can never love someone as much as I have. Mother isn't talking. Mother isn't talking. Mother isn't talking. Mother isn't.
Okay. That was really good. Yeah. That was really good. Yeah. You could feel the rawness, and just like dude, it's almost like if I were to listen to, if you were to release that on an album, I almost kind of want you to post that one.
Put that.
I almost kind of want that somewhere.
All right.
Because it's like, okay, look, I definitely I want to gush over that for a little bit,
Yeah.
but like there's something to be said, and I really don't want to go on too far of a tangent. But Tyler the Creator had a song on "Call Me If You Get Lost."
Wilshire.
Thank you. Yes, exactly. And it was just pure emotion.
Saturday news, something.
Yeah.
Pop filter, no nothing,
Just going for it,
Mhm.
because it's like, it's almost like a sucker. It's a what would it be called? Like a double sucker punch. Because the thing is, like, if it's something that's really meaningful to you and you get it raw right when you're feeling it.
feeling it. That's
Ooh.
yeah, man. It's
Yeah.
It was. As you can tell, like a lot of the lyrics didn't change.
No.
A lot of the lyrics kind
No.
of like stayed the same as they were.
Mhm.
It became one of those songs that just flowed out of me at the time.
Yeah. Almost like you
Very-
channeled it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
bro.
very obvious.
Mm.
And I actually wasn't gonna do anything with it.
You were just gonna leave it?
It-
Just gonna let it rock?
Well, I'll show you after, but I have
Yeah.
so much stuff.
I'm
in my
sure.
Voice memos
I'm
that
sure, I'm sure.
the more I think about it, the more I really have to take those as serious songs instead of
Mhm.
other ways that I make music sometimes.
Mhm.
Which is kind of working backwards and making a beat first or making an instrumental. But
Mm.
I had that for a bit, and then another good friend of mine, Jem.
Mm-hmm.
No, Gemma.
Shout out.
shout out Gemma.
Shout out. Anyway, yeah.
Shout out Pike Ray, bro.
That's
for
what I'm fucking saying.
real.
Next up.
Next up.
Next up.
I had shown her practice, or I think I just sent it to her,
Mhm.
and they were so insistent on the fact that we should play the song live and we
Mm.
should like work on it and everything. For a minute, it took me a second to kind of like, I don't know, just because. Again, I think I was scared of like the rawness of it. I was scared of like the truth and authenticness
Because
of
you're
all of it.
showing like your bare chest, dude. You're showing your heart on that one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was super. I don't know. It took me a second, but yeah, we actually did it and we worked on it, and I tweaked the lyrics a little bit and fit the structure and changed the structure a bit,
Mhm.
into what the song is now.
Mm.
And I'm so happy about the song. Quite honestly, I
Yes, yeah.
do agree with like there's something gorgeous about like that specific recording.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because before anything, I put you exactly in this place where I was in the situation. You could kind of feel it, and then you could visualize it.
No, totally, yeah.
You
did very well.
Yeah?
Very well with that one. Yeah. You just fucking
perfect.
baited the hook and then just I'm like, oh, context. It's awesome. But yeah, please go for it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
I wanted to not progress, but kind of delve more into the idea of what the song meant and what other nuances there are about it and the relationship with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to add some of those to the full recording.
Fantastic.
You know what I mean?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Dude. But that one
That
has
one is-
has to go
That one's just
somewhere.
straight pain.
Yeah,
That has
yeah,
to go somewhere though.
But
It
but it
does.
connects with the pain that I felt during my adolescence with my parent, and then like, oh, it's like, and it just links it, and I'm like, and
Yep.
it's a beautiful connection that you can have with another person. And then I could go into a huge existential rant, but I'm not going to. The bigger thing is, as we're standing outside a fucking art museum, you know, the most beautiful thing about that is the beauty of connection, and how a lot of artists don't utilize it as much as they really should, or think about it. They just think about likes, clicks, and views to some extent. That's a very, vapid way of saying a lot of things. But dude, I felt very connected, especially after the story and the context that we kind of given. But damn, it's like I was there, and I imagine you like in your bed, just blah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Exactly.
oh,
Yeah.
I see.
I see. Yeah.
And there's something very raw and beautiful about that, and I appreciate you obviously opening up and all that kind of stuff.
Dude.
Like,
I think that's definitely the biggest change that I've realized after like a lot of the tough situations I've been in recently with like a lot of my relationships. It feels like, oh, hi little guy.
yes, a little
It
bit.
feels like there is a lot of people shifting away and moving away in a way that's kind of like tinkering in this little emotion that I felt when I first moved, and it's like and it freaked me out a lot when I first started feeling it. But then I'd also realized this could be a chance to like go about it in a very much different direction than I did when I was a 10-year-old.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So, it has opened up the door to like being looking at things in exciting ways, looking at life in an exciting way, and looking at making music in an exciting way, recognizing that I'm really fortunate and feeling fortunate about a lot of things, and kind of just realizing that I found my passion.
Yeah.
I found what I want to do for the rest of my life.
And like young too.
At
Like,
19.
At 19. Well,
like 16. Really,
no, but still, and you were like, no, I'm just doing this, and then barreled ahead
I've
to do it.
Really have been doing it. I've been moving in that direction, but I have moved in a direction that still has felt a little scared in my eyes, at least.
How can you improve if you're not a little
Right,
fearful,
exactly.
Or if you don't go out of your comfort zone, you're never gonna grow. Type thing is what I mean to say.
So once I realized all of that, I think I've recently just been trying to move in such a fearless direction. I'm really trying to bare my chest out, really trying to show who I am, what my story is, what Ángel Loor, who Ángel Loor is, and just and trying to do that in the best way I can.
Hell, fucking
And
yeah.
I think Mother is like the it needs to come out, and it needed to happen, because it's just it's a really big new chapter.
Hell, fucking yeah.
And it's a giant chapter of authenticity and honesty and creativity
And
in a way
courage.
that I haven't like
Yeah.
embraced it before.
That was really beautiful said. Really beautiful. You practice that shit?
No, not at all, dude. I promise, not at
Practice
all.
that shit?
I had points about, but I forgot about all of them.
No, but I think that is an important point, where it's like you were speaking from your heart, and it just flows out naturally.
Yeah.
And that's like the best fucking part.
Exactly.
You know?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's how I make my shit. I just fucking what am I feeling in this moment, and then kind of channels out.
Right.
So.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
and more to like talk about like some people that have been around my life recently. You know, without Kevin or Jem, this song wouldn't even have gotten done. This song wouldn't have happened. You know, Jem is playing bass on this. Kevin is obviously killing on the drums.
Oh,
You can
fuck yeah.
fucking hear it.
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
You know, he's amazing, and there's someone who have uplifted my songs in amazing ways that I can't even begin to describe all the help that they've done. And then more recently, with the rollout of this song and the energy and the motion of this of everything has been just exciting. Just it's been so well. I've recently met someone who's like I consider one of my best friends now, Alexandra. She works a lot she works a lot in like the video industry. She works in a lot of different places, New York, Madrid. She's originally from Madrid.
Fantastic.
Which is how we started getting connected, and how I started to feel way more connected to that.
Hell yeah.
And to that feeling, that culture that I feel like I shunned out or left behind just for my own not pain. You know what I mean? Just to not feel that kind of pain about my relationship with it. It's kind of I've helped embrace that, and she's helped me a lot.
That's beautiful.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And her younger sister, because Alexandra's just don't put that. I don't want to leak her age.
You're good. You're good. I
But-
can bleep it out.
But
Yeah.
Alexandra,
Mm.
she's like a little older than I am, and her younger sister Ame is my age,
Mm.
and I met her through Alexandra, and we've also just become the bestest of friends. You know what I
Fantastic.
mean? And like, and then her friend that I met through Ame, Coco.
Mhm.
The three of us are just this kind of friend group now, and it's amazing.
Awesome.
I'm so lucky to now be surrounded by people who fully are like embracing who I am and helping me embrace all that I want to do. And I realized that's one of the key things that I was missing, and that an artist really needs. They need like a cheerleader. They need some cheerleaders.
Good
behind
support
you.
structure. Yeah.
They need people that when you want to do the craziest shit, or you want to like have like you have the craziest idea or the wildest concept that you want to do,
Mhm.
the first thought is like, okay, how do we make this work? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Not scrutinizing it or
Not
trying to knock
scrutinize
it
it,
down.
or there's a lot of people that just have the first thought of like, they start thinking of everything that won't work,
Mm-hmm.
everything that can't, everything that can't, all the reasons why it can't work.
Yeah.
Instead of just doing, all right, let's just try to figure this shit out.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm lucky enough to be surrounded by those kind of people now.
Hell fucking yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And very much a blessing and a gift.
I mean,
Very much a blessing and a gift.
giant blessing.
Honestly. Yeah, universe shines greatly upon you, man. Universe
Yeah,
shines greatly
it's
upon
really felt like it. I feel
Mhm.
I feel like I'm ready to show everyone who I am. I'm
Mhm.
ready to show my story.
you.
I'm ready to share a lot of emotions that are a giant part of who I am, but I've suppressed for a really long time.
Mm.
I'm so ready to show everyone, just, I don't know who like Angel Loor really is.
Fuck yeah. So the butterfly or the cocoon turns from. I was trying to make it, but yeah, the butterfly.
Yeah.
Pops out. Fucking pops out. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Anyway, would you like to end it there? Would you like to
Um,
talk on anything else? Because I would say that's a very good.
That's a very good ender.
But
A
a little epilogue.
little epilogue.
Mm-hmm.
Just thanking a lot of people. I've already said, like
Go for it.
Gem, that song wouldn't have, like I said, that song wouldn't exist without, really wouldn't have been out without Gem.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, just always fucking holding it down.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really close friend of mine and collaborator, Sam Carlson.
Mm.
He's the owner of San Sheriff.
Gotcha.
A really, really amazing studio in downtown New Haven.
Mm.
And he's also been a big reason of me, the actual objective quality of my music going up
Awesome.
a lot. He's kind of been my mentor on the music side of things for a really long time now.
Mm.
And I was lucky enough to record the song at his studio, and having his help with the making of the song. And just being able to play around with a lot of things in the studio with him was amazing, and it definitely opened up the song to be as good as it is.
Mm.
And Brooke Dugan,
Really?
giant help to Brooke Dugan. Brooke
Gang
Dugan's
gang?
one of my best friends.
Gang
Go
gang?
listen to Brain.
Mm-hmm.
We met like 2-3 years ago at my first show. We hung out the day after that, and we've just been kind of non-stop after that. We've written so much shit together. We've written so much different stuff together, and Brooke Dugan helped me a lot with adding on some lyrics and trying to think exactly what emotion I want to convey, and really trying to put it well in pen.
Mm-hmm.
She's an amazing artist,
Mm.
truly. And yeah, a lot of the music that I will be putting out will not have been possible without her help.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, so those are my special things.
Yeah, you're a humble motherfucker, and vision, and like a visionary as well. I
Yeah?
I can definitely see it. You're about your business. You're not just talking about jumping to the moon. You're actually making a mission to go there.
Yeah.
And can't wait to see you fucking do it. I'm glad I get to know you now. So when you are on the moon, I'm like, yeah, I kicked it with that guy
Yeah,
in
that
a
motherfucker that
field.
put in a flag right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the boy.
That's the boy. That's the homie.
Nah.
But that's fucking amazing. Anyway.
We're talking about bringing all you motherfuckers to the moon. Like, hell yeah, what the fuck? Like, what you mean?
That's what I'm fucking saying. Anyway, I've been Jordan D with Cafeteria Media. This has been the fantastic Moon Man, Angel Loor. And we'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for having this conversation, and I'm glad we finally fucking did this.
Absolutely. This,
Yeah.
day is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
We living outside.
Mm-hmm.
We're breathing air.
We are, and we're alive.
We're alive.
No.
We're alive.
Hell yeah. All right. Catch you.